some of these. All right, so I got a plethora of songs here. I got 7 songs. Now, I start with iTunes. What I do, I rate the songs from easiest to hardest. The more stars, the harder the song. So I know I'm not going to spend a lot of time rehearsing songs that I already know. I'm gonna spend the time rehearsing songs that are a little more difficult. So let me show you one of the songs here. So it's like this is like a straight hip hop joint. So
Danger, yeah, we been called. Don't hang up, the devil mad, anger. But we don't talk to him, he a stranger. So we walk instead of talking, cause he said so. Ain't no time for waiting, no debating, baby, let's go. Pedal to the metal, gassed up, homie petrol. Tell about the blood that they drew when he bled so.
ooh, that's hot.
We gon' win,
That's hot. That's a hot song. So the thing about that song, you have to listen. Okay, what parts do I need to fill in? Okay, I need to fill in those high synth parts. They need to be there. They have to be there. All right, so I have to fill in the high synth parts. We got a bass player. We got a guitar player. So we got to come together and say, okay, if this is an acoustic set, what parts definitely need to be there? So what I would do on my keyboard, I go to master mode. And what I do in master mode is if the first song is called Dangerous, then I'll put Dangerous. That'll be my setting for Dangerous. The second song, His Kind of Love, then I go to a different setting. My patch will be called His Kind of Love, and it'll be programmed for that song. I'll program each and every patch for each song. So if the third song is Walking on the Stars, then my third patch on the master mode will be Walking on the Stars, and it'll be programmed for that particular song. Now let's go back to this hip hop song. What does a keyboard player do in a hip hop song?
we on fire with the flow, gassed up, homie petrol. Tell about the blood that they drew when he bled so.
Now this is where the number system comes in. I can actually learn how to play a whole album without actually being in front of the keyboard because I know the number system. That's the purpose of the play-by-ear DVD. So for example, that part goes 6 4 1 5. I can hear the progressions. It goes 6. Now I would do that with the synth. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing that with the keys. Now, but all right. So here's a part here where she's going to actually break it down. Now, there are parts in a concert where you get a chance to throw your own feel in there, and this is where, like, when something's open, this is a chance for you to throw your own feel. Only when it's open, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do on this one. So let's check this out.
I don't know how I make it through. Always taking chances and trying everything but you.
Watch this.
So why am I playing it safe when it comes to keeping you in my life? I feel that
Then I'm out.
me back from doing what I know is right.
I felt your spirit show me things that I would never believe could ever happen in the time of my life. And even though it scares me just to think that you chosen me, I promise I won't put in my fight.
I wanna live dangerous.
So what I would do, back and forth, there's two ways I can use this. So I'm going to use an electric piano patch, and I'm going to use a high synth patch. So what I would do, I could either use these assignable functions right here, and I could switch back and forth between the signs, or I can use the sliders to take down the volume of one and up the volume of two, or I can actually go in edit mode. I can go in, let's go to the voice. I can go in edit mode and turn the patch off when I need to, just clicking on and off. So there's different ways I can do it. So that's what I would do on that song. All right. So you see what I'm saying? Though there's parts where you can come in and add your own.
I know you've been waiting.
Neo Soul.
I don't wanna box you in or keep you in anymore. 'Cause you're the only.
So I played that for the musicians just playing around. They was like, keep that. You know what I mean? So you keep that. You know, so let's listen to some more other songs.
Thy kingdom come, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. They say we're all in the pursuit of happiness,
A life so fabulous.
so we fight for what's ours like an activist. The struggles here we can find across the atlas, and it all started when Adam gave up his own palace. Now the earth waits for its rightful owner.
Now for this song, it was a little difficult. I wanted to make, this is what I see a lot of musicians do. They play the song close, but they don't play it exactly. So they do something. So they do something. You know what I'm saying? They like play it. My wife, and so you go to your first rehearsal, and then so they yeah, did you hear the tape? Yeah, I heard the tape. Can you start the piano part on Keys to the Kingdom? Yeah, sure. You be like, okay, I got you, but that's not the one that's on the tape. Like, you have to play it on the tape. And so young musicians come in and they do their own thing. So this type of thing, what I do, I drag this to the desktop and I pull up my software. I pull up Meticulous. All right. So I pull up my software and I drag it in and I start it just to make sure.
Thy kingdom come,
And I slow it
your
down.
will be done on earth as it is in heaven. They say we're all in the pursuit of happiness,
A life so fabulous.
so we fight for what's ours like an activist. The struggles here we can.
And then what I can do, I can say, okay, all right, let's start from the beginning.
Thy kingdom come,
Punch in.
let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. They say we're all in the pursuit of happiness,
A life so fabulous.
so we fight for what's ours like an activist. The struggles here.
So I stop it, I go over to my loop, and I can loop this, and I slow it down.
Let your will be done.
So I can practice over and over.
As it is in heaven. They say we're all in the pursuit. Come,
So I practice it over and over. So let me turn it up a little bit. And then you do that. So what my software is designed to do is to slow down the parts and make sure that you get it. So now what you can do when you're beginning, you play it slow. And then speed it up. I'm saying, and so I would practice this part until I'm dreaming about this part. I get up in the middle of the night, like over and over for a good 1 hour, 2 hours, just practicing it. Now, what musicians fail to do, they fail to build a vocabulary in their hearts. What that means is that, okay, I'm learning, this song is called Keys to the Kingdom. Keys to the Kingdom, and I'm playing this particular part. But people, what musicians do, they learn a song and they're done with the song. What a real musician does, he learns the song, he takes that song, puts it in his spirit, now he has that song in his vocabulary. So for example, if I'm going to a church and say let's go to performance. Say I'm going to a church, right? I'm going to a church and the guy is worshiping and they say, give me some worship music. And I'm like, wow, I'm sick of playing the same worship music. I'm going to go. Now, what I did, I took what I learned from Keys to the Kingdom, made it my own. And once I make it my own, now I personally have worship stuff. It's different from what I played there. I added my own spin. But what musicians say, like for example.